Just wiggle your toes. That is all Kevin Brooks wanted to do when he woke up from his coma. But when he woke up from his coma, he was paralyzed from the chest down. First, I'm going to talk to you about how Kevin Brooks inspired me. Then I'm going to talk to you about his story. Then I'm going to talk to you about what he did. And last but not least, I'm going to talk to you about how he helped me with my depression. Kevin Brooks has inspired me so much in life. I saw him in 2018, and that is when he told me and a bunch of other kids my age his story. I went in thinking that his story was going to be like something I've heard a million times. But little did I know that I would be way wrong. He didn't just tell me his story and leave. He took the time to take pictures with every single person that wanted one and talk to every single person individually. Kevin was like any other teenager, loved riding his skateboard and playing hockey. But after one bad choice, he put that whole career to an end. Kevin and his friend Brendan were partying like they did on Saturday nights, but they had the attitude that I think a lot of teenagers have, that it won't happen to me. Well, unfortunately, it did happen to them. They were at a party and then they decided to drive home. Well, with a mix of alcohol, testosterone, and fearlessness, they were driving with high speeds that caused them to crash. They drove not even 2 miles from the party that they drove every single day to school and home, but little did they know what it would leave them with. Brendan and Kevin had been friends since they were little, and they played hockey together as well. But with the crash, Brendan didn't survive, and Kevin was in a coma on life support. When Kevin woke up from his life support, he was paralyzed from the chest down and told that in the car accident he was the only one that survived. From all that trauma, Kevin thought very hard about suicide, taking his life, and the depression that he was suffering with. All because he killed one of his best friends. Kevin has to live with that fact that he killed his best friend every single day. He also had to talk to Brendan's family and apologize to them. Could you imagine doing that? And Brendan's family still forgave Kevin. And all Kevin could do was lay there in the hospital bed in his guilt and think about everything that happened. Could you imagine what that would do to your mental health? For me personally, I would be such a wreck. I have gone through very bad depressive states and thought about suicide. When my mom found out about him speaking, knowing how I felt, she decided that we needed to go listen to him speak. He truly pulled my heartstrings that no one else was able to do. He kept me going in one of the hardest times of my life. All in all, I talked about Kevin's life story and how he impacts people every day. Kevin tours around the United States telling his story to young students all the way up to high school and college students. But today I have told you about how Kevin Brooks has inspired me, Kevin's story, and lastly I talked about how he helped me with my depression. If you ever get the chance to see Kevin Brooks in person or even watch his story on YouTube, you should take the time and do so. And remember, just wiggle your toes.